Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Slightly Warped Podcast. I'm Rick, joined as always by Big Show. What's up, Show?
What's happening?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Uh, Today's episode is going to be a little different. We're hitting a few things out from some different headlines, and I want to get your take on it. We haven't done that in a while, and we're just gonna throw it out there and see if it's a positive take, a negative take, comedic take. Uh, we're entering the mind of Big Show.
Uh-oh. Fasten your
For,
seatbelts.
First things first, Jaguars rookie Travis Hunter's college GPA resurfaces after the preseason opener. Now, I like the way they worded that. They made it sound like, oh, Lord, here we go, another dumb athlete. I'm not going to read the article, but in a nutshell, dude's GPA was like, I want to say it was 3 point. And now you're going to force me to over 3.8 or something like that.
That's
And
good.
yes, that is very good. But see, here's the thing. I don't like the way that the article title was written. You know, they made it sound like he's some dumb dude. First of all, dude plays two ways. That means that he has to study two playbooks.
Correct.
So he's not the average dude coming in. And I'm a Raider through and through, but I hate to use this example. He's not Jamarcus Russell. He's actually going to study his playbook.
So read the headline again verbatim. Read it word for word.
Okay, the headline says, I don't know why I keep doing that. Jaguars rookie Travis Hunter's college GPA resurfaces after preseason opener.
Okay, so just in that, so I'm gonna pick on you for instance, because you said they made it sound like he was some dumb jock.
Yeah,
What part of that made you think that? That's just how you read it.
it is how I read it because you know how we are in the news. They want to sensationalize everything, and 9 times out of 10, it's not newsworthy if it's a good thing.
But this one is.
Yeah, that's why I said 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
We
It's
occasionally
kind
get
of like
those feel
when
good
somebody
stories.
It's kind of like when somebody texts you and you're reading it like, why they keep it to? Like, how can you, you know, what, how dare they text me in that tone of voice? It's just,
It's in
it's
all
the way,
caps. They were yelling at me.
it's the way you read it.
That is
I
true.
had, I think, I don't know who it was. I think it was one of my old friends or one of my old bosses or something when I was texting back and he was like, why are you having attitude? I said, what do you mean by I have attitude? Why are you reading my texts in an attitude? Like, I don't have an attitude.
Okay, so officially, before I go to the next headline, this one was written by Chance Martin. Chance, I apologize because you may not have written it that way, but I took it that way. My bad.
And, but you know what? As you said, that he had to get clicks. So he did his job all the way around.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is all about the clickbait um, nowadays, and that's sad but true.
Very much so.
All right, since we're talking about football, your boys, the Kelseys, they've got a podcast.
They do.
And on the latest episode of the podcast, their special guest was one Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
And for those who don't know, if you're a Swifty, you're about to be delighted. If you're not, you're in for another 2 years of hell or whatever. For those of us in the middle that could care less one way or the other, we just like to watch which way it goes. Anyway, Taylor is dropping a brand new album soon. And she debuted that little piece of information on the podcast. So if that podcast wasn't getting enough views, I imagine their views more than tripled after that.
For sure.
So,
Good
you
for
know,
them. Good for her.
she's helping the NFL make money. She's helping Travis and his brother's podcast get views. I mean,
I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of like the Tom Brady Giselle marriage. They got a lot of
Yeah.
publicity.
Yeah.
So we're just, the Chiefs are the darling of the NFL right now because of their winning percentage. And until somebody knocks them off, if the Buffalo Bills happen to do what they've been wanting to do for the last, well, ever since they ever, became a football team, Josh Allen and what's her face, the movie star, they'll be the darlings for a minute.
That is true. That is true. And Haley has a better butt than Taylor. But
Haley is a little bit cuter, I will say that.
now here's my thing. Since you went there, even though this isn't part of that article, we brought up Kansas City as the darlings of the NFL. My first question is, because it's inevitable. It may not be this year, but there's going to be some drop off with Travis. He's getting on up there. Do you think that Patrick can connect with the what's the other tight end's name?
You have Gray and
I was thinking
Tunyon.
the other. Okay, maybe it's Gray that I was thinking of, but whoever's going to be that featured tight end in the next few years, do you think Patrick can connect with them the same way that he does with Travis?
Um, no. If you had to, hold me right to hold my feet to the fire, I'm looking up that guy's name because I don't think Gray is right.
I want to say it was another name, but
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is.
sure.
Noah Gray. Yeah, it was
Okay.
right. Noah Gray. And then Tunyon is the third string, and then they have Jared Wiley as the fourth string. Um,
Yeah, I'm not worried about Wiley. He probably won't see too much field action, but
yeah. No, because Kelsey is a unicorn. And
Brock Bowers. Go ahead.
again, Brock Bowers is a unicorn. Gronkowski is a unicorn.
The
Uh,
only difference
Antonio
is
Gates is a unicorn. Shannon Sharp is a unicorn.
the all those that you mentioned. The only difference is all but one of those teams has somebody that can throw to that tight end. Gates had Rivers. Obviously, Trav has Patrick. Uh, Gronk
Now,
had
Travis
Brady.
didn't have Patrick his entire career. He had
That's
Alex.
true. That's true.
So, Shannon Sharp had John Elway.
But
You
I
know,
worry about Brock Bowers.
you shouldn't.
I'm not writing off Geno Smith just yet, but Geno Smith, let's be honest, he's a stopgap. I want to see what Cam Miller can do for this team. Um,
Yeah, but Brock Bowers makes the quarterback better. Alex Smith was better because he was throwing to Travis Kelce.
True.
All the quarterbacks that were throwing to Tony Gonzalez, besides Trent Green, were better because they were throwing to Tony Gonzalez. Trent Dilfer was better because he was throwing to Shannon Sharp in Baltimore.
And that's why Trent Dilfer, um, didn't he get that Super Bowl?
He did.
Yeah.
That in 2000, I mean, that was mainly the defense that did it for him that year, but still, he was a decent quarterback. He was a serviceable quarterback because of that.
Yeah.
But you take the other three guys on our team, they can't, they can't hold Kelsey's cleats when it comes to doing things. Now Noah Gray, having been drafted here and been groomed in the tight end room by Travis Kelsey, is going to be an easier transition when Kelsey walks away. But will he have Kelsey like numbers? Probably not. I think the next tight end replacement is still playing in college right now.
Okay. I I can see that. I can see that. Um, no, I want to go to this one next because we're still talking sports. It was revealed today that Jerry Jones, the owner of them their boys, Dallas Cowboys, Jones, he was battling cancer for more than a decade and it remained a secret. Now, I could make a joke about it because it's the Cowboys and say, was it brain cancer? But I'm not going to go there because you and I both know cancer is a serious thing.
It is.
Uh, and hey, Jalen says, I now have no tumors. He's 82, by the way. He told the Dallas Morning News. His diagnosis came in 2010. And over the next 10 years, he had four surgeries, two on his lungs and two on his lymph nodes. And he credited the experimental drug PD1, short for programmed cell death protein, for his recovery. All right. First things first, shout out to Jerry
God
uh,
bless money.
for beating this. And, you know, much as we want to like rag on the Cowboys, I love to see somebody who faces adversity. I don't care where you're from, who you are, and you come through it.
Yes,
Your thoughts, my good sir.
I agree. Congratulations to Mr. Jones for beating the big old C word. But who cares?
All that I say, all that to say this: come week one, the Eagles are still gonna whoop that ass.
Right. I mean, but besides that, I mean, yes, it's wonderful, but what about Mr. Smith that just beat cancer, who's a dock worker for JB Hunt or something like, you know what? Who
Yeah.
cares that you beat it? Great. That's awesome. God
Well,
bless you.
it goes
Happy
back
for you.
to what we were talking about. I mean, people will sensationalize it. This is another one of those feel good stories. It just happens to be, we'll we'll call him what he is, a celebrity. I mean,
Right.
he's a team
I mean,
owner,
he
but
is.
he's famous.
He's he is
So
the face of the Cowboys, unfortunately.
yeah, so that then there made it newsworthy. Uh, Jim Smith, John Doe, they won't get any publicity. Even after they
Nope.
ring that bell, they just go home and life goes on.
Yep.
And it's sad
And
and
they don't have the deep pockets like Mr. Jones does, where he can
yeah,
get that
they didn't get
experimental PD1.
PD1. They had to go
Right.
through
They
that
had to go
hardcore
through
radiation.
nature. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yes, sir.
programmed cell death protein doesn't sound too good either, but you know,
No, if
we
it
all
helps you
we
regenerate your cells, though, that I can see how that would work because I know the meat, when I went through mine, it destroyed everything that the radiation touched. I mean, it just destroyed. I was peeing and pooping blood for weeks.
anybody who knows though, if you got money, you're more capable of anything than the average person. Anybody
Amen.
who's familiar with Magic Johnson, you know that. And I'm just going to
True.
leave it at that.
I don't think he ever had that disease, but that's a whole nother show.
Oh, that's a good conspiracy theory, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he ever had it. Name me one other person that's been diagnosed that has lived.
Woo, and there was a lot of celebrities too. Uh Liberace, dead.
Dead,
Tommy Morrison, dead.
dead.
Um, God,
Eazy-E, dead.
dead. I can't remember who all else got the
Rock Hudson,
oh yeah,
dead.
dead. Yeah. And Magic done had it for how many decades now? And
Exactly.
dude
I
is
don't think he
making
ever had it.
moves.
I think he had a false positive.
Unless yeah, it had to be. It had to be. I mean, if if he didn't have really have it, that has got to be one of the greatest PR moves or one of the biggest lies ever told in the history of man.
Both. Well, that and OJ was innocent.
Hey, hey, until the day he died, he was looking for the real killers.
Every day in the mirror, he was looking for him.
Oh, I'm sorry, OJ, if you're listening
I'm
up
not.
there. I said up there, I mean down there, wherever. Uh,
Is it as warm down there as it is here?
yeah, let's hope we never have to
Speaking of
find that
that,
out.
You speak of that, and I'm kind of turning a little bit, but me and my, I was, I left this morning,
Hmm.
but I was at home last night, and me and the missus were watching the real Hulk Hogan. It was on team. It was an hour-long show on like
Really?
Fox night, and talking about his life and everything.
Hmm.
And they were interviewing Vince McMahon, and when all that stuff happened with Hulk's daughter, and then the sex tape and all that, do
Hmm.
you know that they actually kicked him out of the WW or the World Wrestling Hall of Fame? They
Because
actually
of what
removed,
she did?
no, because he called the daughters. She was dating a black dude, so he
Oh,
called her.
oh, oh, because of what he
Yeah,
did in that. Yeah,
yeah, and but then he was on. He did a, he was caught with a
yeah,
sex tape as well.
yeah.
They removed him from the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. Like he's not in there. And I told Susan, I said, that's crazy that a make-believe sport, a make-believe world, a soap opera for men, that he got removed, but OJ is still in the Hall of Fame.
Got that bust in Canton.
I
Yep.
know. It's
Um,
just crazy how some Hall of Fames. Now, supposedly they put him back in, but uh, he was removed during that time frame.
well, I mean, they're run by different organizations, so everybody's going to have their reasons. Remember, the
They're
Baseball
run by
Hall of Fame,
the
they didn't put
well
Pete
at the
Rose
time
back
they
in until after he was dead.
well right, but Rose, you said back in, he never was in.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah, I never put him in.
yeah, which they told him he was never going to get in while he was alive anyway. So,
True. Which is sad.
but the a make believe sport ran by the McMahons because that's who it's ran by.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was just crazy to me when I heard that.
And don't think for a second that Vince doesn't still have a lot to say.
He doesn't. He has nothing to do with them anymore. He's been completely removed from the business,
But
like blot out, like gone.
but does isn't his daughter in charge now?
Yeah. Well, his daughter and Triple H, they're married.
You don't think that they ever just call him up one Sunday for dinner and just ask for a piece of advice or something?
I don't think so. I think there's the disconnect.
Mm,
Um, and maybe we should talk about that on another show, but there's a good
okay.
show on Netflix that's called Mr. McMahon. Talks about his rise and fall and how he was completely removed from like basically you remember the movie Batman where Wayne Enterprises kicked back Bruce Wayne from the actual company? That's exactly
Yes.
what they did to McMahon.
Mm. And he didn't have Morgan Freeman to have his back, huh?
Correct.
Might have to check that out one day. We'll have to do that.
Yeah, it's decent, but it kind of explains it. Yeah, so he doesn't like. I don't. They were talking on the show last night. Hulk Hogan's last wrestling thing was the night that they went live on Netflix. Raw
Hmm.
did,
Yeah.
and he was actually booed by the crowd, like bad, like not in a good way, like it broke Hogan's heart to be
Damn.
booed like that. And it pissed Vince McMahon off. He was like, I would have never put him in that position if I had a say. So he pretty much basically said he has no. He said it made him very angry to watch that, and he wouldn't have put Hogan in that particular situation. He'd have
Now
done it differently.
we're going to transition from make believe to other make believe acting. All right.
Okay,
Orlando Bloom has a movie coming out. And
who's he?
you ever watch the Lord of the Ring movies?
Yes.
He was the one of the elves, the one with the long blonde hair.
Oh, the one with the pointy ears?
Yeah. Yeah. So Orlando Bloom uh said he admitted that restricting his water intake and diet for his new movie led to obsessive thoughts of food and paranoia. Okay. I'm not going to spend too much time on, what he went through, yada, yada, yada. If anybody's interested, the name of the movie is called The Cut. And he's basically playing a boxer who has just days to make the weight for a big time fight. and they show everything that he goes through. And I guess he physically went through some things himself so that he could, get that physique. And what I want to touch on though, because we see this all too often with actors and actresses who try to look a certain way. And a lot of these actors and actresses are dying younger now because, and I believe that they are putting their bodies through a bit too much. Um, and it can take a toll. And he's no spring chicken, by the way. Orlando Bloom is 48. And let's see what he ate. Let's see here. Come on.
Or did he?
Yeah. Okay. He didn't get much sleep. He said that happens because you're always hungry. He said he lived off a diet of tuna and cucumber. The fuck? What? Okay. Yeah. Ugh. Tuna and cucumbers just to lose weight. Bro, and I'm going to
Not
say
doing
this.
it.
I don't know too much about, you know, big time Hollywood movies. I've made a few shorts myself, but nothing big time. But I know that from the moment that script is written, you have months before the first shot even starts. How about you guys in Hollywood get somebody, tell them that they have several months to get in shape for a role instead of several weeks, and they don't have to go through so much. Um, and then he didn't say this, but during shooting on shirtless scenes because he is a boxer in this movie that they did the old fashioned I'm not drinking any water 2 days before this shot. That way I look really ripped and cut. That happened.
Oh yeah.
So that takes its toll. I remember seeing an article. Hugh Jackman did that for several Wolverine movies. Stallone is notorious for it. I know he did it in Rocky 3 and either the third or fourth Rambo movie. Um, yeah, it gives him that nice shrink wrapped look where the muscles are bulging out and everything. But they all said the same thing: constant headaches, you can't concentrate, you're hungry all the time, and all you want to do is eat food. You don't remember lines, you don't remember this, that, and the other. Stallone took some shots to the rib cage, uh, fighting Dolph Lundgren because he wasn't, 100% intact. So,
But that's
yeah,
why
they
they
look
get
good, but
paid.
it's dangerous.
But that's why they get paid multi-millions of dollars to entertain us.
Are we
And they
not
get
entertaining?
and they get residuals from box sales, box office sales, and things like that. So yeah, I don't feel bad for them.
Hey, make no mistake about it. If somebody flashed the cash in front of me, would you, Rick? Yeah, I sure would.
You damn Skippy. Where's that tuna and cucumber at?
Well, the tuna maybe. I don't know about but I guess if I'm hungry enough, I'll eat the cucumber too, huh?
But if you're thirsty,
I'll eat the
you
cucumber.
you would
Yeah.
eat the cucumber because what celery, cucumber, watermelon, those are all water-based vegetables and fruits that you can eat that's like drinking fluids.
And that's the problem right there. We don't experience that because we um we have food at our disposal almost 24/7. If somebody
Yes.
told me I can't eat until this time, or this time, and we're shooting during this time, you're working out during this time, um, it would be a little frustrating.
But too, though, yes, you have to do all of that to get into shape for the movie. But the actual what's the actual filming of the movie? What, 5 to 6 weeks maybe?
Somewhere around there. Now,
Yeah,
it
so you
does say
get
here that he lost 30 pounds in approximately 3 months. So his was a little different.
that's
What
not
is that,
bad.
10 pounds a month?
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's very doable without killing
Yeah.
yourself.
2 pounds a week, roughly 2.5 pounds a week. Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah, so I'm wondering why he went through so much in order
Quit your
to.
belly aching, Orlando.
What'd you say?
I said, quit your belly aching, Orlando. I don't want to hear it.
Right, exactly. Um, and look at some of these high school girls that are struggling with bulimia, and then get back to us.
I mean, you wrestle in high school?
I did not. During
Uh,
wrestling season, I was running track.
do you know were you friends with wrestlers in high
Yeah.
school?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you are familiar with their tricks to cut weight.
Oh
So
yeah.
it definitely is not healthy.
No, it is not. And I've seen a lot. What were the things that they used to wear that made them sweat all the time?
Trash bags.
Well, I thought it was a whole like not jogging suit, but
And when we were in school, they didn't have those sweat jogging suits. We wore trash bags.
okay, maybe I
Good
maybe
old
I'm just
hefty. We cut holes in the bottom and we made our own sweat vest.
okay. So you wrestled, right?
I did.
All right, I'm gonna throw a name of a movie out there, and I want you to tell me if you've seen it.
Okay.
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest.
Yes.
I played the video game.
No, no, this is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. I just brought that up because it is a famous movie from the 80s. And the kid in it is a wrestler and he's struggling to make the weight. He does make the weight, but they show all the things that he goes through. Dude's wearing the trash bag or whatever underneath his 2 layers of sweatsuits. He's,
Yep.
in a stadium, or it could be the bleachers or the stands at the high school, running up and down those steps all day. And
Yep.
I think there was a scene where he works a job in the evenings, and for just out of the blue, his nose starts bleeding. So because he's just killing himself,
Yep.
and his only goal, his obsession, is to beat some kid that has won state 2 years in a row. And by the way, it's a good movie. You should check it out. Again, it's called Vision Quest. Matthew Modine, I believe, is the guy playing the part, and he ends up banging his dad's girlfriend. But that's a whole nother. That had nothing to do with the plot, but I just thought I'd put that out
So he must have cut weight.
there. Yes. One of these
No,
days.
I mean, like we would do that, and then we would go do a enema or a suppository.
I was going to ask you, what is the craziest thing that you did in order to make weight?
That was it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need to imagine that, so I won't ask for any details.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, if you can make yourself, if you know you have to weigh in at a particular time, you do it about, 18 hours before weigh-in and clean yourself out, basically. I mean, we were
I
doing
mean, I mean,
colonics before
I've
there were
I've
actual colonics.
I've had a couple biopsies for the prostate cancer, so I'm very familiar with
Yeah.
that. So,
I
um,
mean, once you get it out your system, you'd be surprised how light you are.
yeah,
What
ain't
what I
nothing else
used to
there.
find funny is I wasn't I didn't really have to cut a whole lot of weight, but normally 2 or 3 pounds, so it wasn't like massive.
Mhm.
But we had a guy that could never make weight because he was always too light. So
Really?
yeah, so he would like put rocks in his pockets and things like that when he was weighing in. Like when you're
Damn.
when you're too heavy, when you're too heavy, you basically go up there butt ass naked and weigh in. But when you're too light, and it's kind of like John Randall, who had to make weight just to get on the Vikings, and he put big ass log chains around his waist and under his shirt and put sweatpants so nobody knew he had it, so he could actually make the weight. That's kind of what this cat did. He was super fast, but he wasn't very strong.
I bet not. Wow. So, how good was he?
He was decent.
Okay.
I mean, for his when you're in the featherweight division, you're decent. You can't really go wrong with. Uh, I mean, I sucked. I ain't gonna lie to you. I sucked at it. So I just did it because I thought it was fun. I never did anything special. Never won anything great.
Yeah, I never wrestled. Like I said, I was always running track. I remember my junior year, I decided, pole vaulting looks good. Women seem to dig it. That didn't go over well. Um, First of all, I never did it in actual meet because we're like 4 or 5 practices in, and I'm like, I've got this fiberglass pole.
Right?
I'm running up to it, and it bends, and I'm like, I know it's one of these days it's gonna snap. That's what they do. It can only take so much stress, and it just enters your mind. Uh, Comparatively, for everybody out there, when you're a kid, you're gonna go to Worlds of Fun or Disneyland or whatever. You're gonna ride all them roller coasters. That's just what you do. You love it. That's what you do. But after you reach a certain age, you're like, I ain't getting on that thing.
Exactly.
And I guess I reached that point with the pole vault. I was like, yeah, coach, let me see. You want me to either do this or run the 400? Yeah, I'll run the 400
Yes, sir. So is that the 400? Is that
all the
how
way
many?
around, full speed,
I know, but how many times?
just once. The
Oh,
800's
just one.
twice. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but at least the 800, you can pace yourself the first lap. But that 400, you got to go all out from start to finish. And by the time you
Gotcha.
reach that halfway point, you're like, damn, you mean I haven't even gotten halfway yet? What's up? Um, they called that a man's race because you got to be a certain kind of crazy in order to do it.
Gotcha.
I do remember one time and I'll be quick because I know we're up against it here. I
Oh,
did
you are.
run it at they took us to CMSU and
Uh-huh.
we ran on the college track, so we all thought we were big time, you know. But my foot was sore because I stubbed a toe or something. Coach gave me some analgesic balm, and it's called Tiger Balm. It's a real
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
You can get it at Walmart.
That's good stuff.
Yes, it is, but I put too much on.
Oh,
Hey, I came in first place.
yeah. That
But
foot was burning.
yeah, after that, I had to get a rag, go to the cooler where the drinks were, get some ice on that, and you rub them down. And I also just pretty much laid out there and took a nap for the rest of the meet because I didn't have to do anything else that day.
There you go.
One of these days, everybody, we are going to share some crazy stories of things that we did when we were young. It might change the way you feel about us. All right,
I
we're going to
can't.
get out of here. But before we do, Big Show, do you got anything you want to close out with?
Just as normal, guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of the people you love around you. Tomorrow's not promised. Be sure to tell everybody you love them.
Absolutely. And Big Show, you stay safe on those roads out there, man.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
the rest of
sir.
you guys, I will see you later. Stay positive, stay blessed.